The primary debate dominating sports discussions throughout the 2000s revolved around Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. To find an answer to this debate, we've come up with a system designed to do just that. The system works as follows. Each player gets a score out of 10 in 10 different categories, and by the end of the video we'll have a final score, and that will be the winner. Scoring: Kobe 9, LeBron 9.5. Although this might be controversial, I believe LeBron is just as good of a scorer, if not better than Kobe Bryant. Sure, Kobe had unbelievable scoring performances such as consecutive 50+ point games, and of course his 82 points against the Toronto Raptors, but when you look at the raw analytics, it paints a different picture. And as you can see, LeBron leads Kobe in every category apart from free throws, while LeBron just happens to be the all-time leading scorer. For me to give LeBron a better score here might be outrageous for some fans, but the truth is Kobe Bryant just wasn't as effective when it came to scoring the basketball as LeBron James. Passing: Kobe 6, LeBron 9. Now this should come as no shock for NBA fans, as we all know LeBron James is one of the best passers in the history of the sport, but many might be shocked that Kobe ranks as high as 6. What many fans fail to recognize or remember is the fact that Kobe averaged 5 assists per game across his career and was proficient in the pick and roll. In fact, in 2013, Kobe actually played games at the point guard position late in the season due to Steve Nash missing time with an injury. Over a 14-game span, Kobe averaged nearly 7 assists per game, including a 14-assist game against the Sacramento Kings. However, LeBron is on a different stratosphere when it comes to playmaking. The only thing that kept LeBron James from getting a perfect 10 out of 10 was his turnover numbers, averaging 3.5 per game. But the assist numbers more than make up for that, averaging 7.5 assists across his career, including a season where he led the NBA in assists, racking up 10.2 dimes in the 2020 season. Defense: Kobe 8.5, LeBron 7.5. When it comes to defense, Kobe Bryant leads the charge, as Kobe was an elite one-on-one defender and was always getting into passing lanes, averaging more than a steal basically every season of his career. For LeBron James, he did have a near Defensive Player of the Year season in 2012, which he should have won, but his defense still hasn't been as good as the Black Mambas. For Kobe, he didn't receive a high score because he often wasn't applying 100% of his energy on the defensive side of the ball. However, once the playoffs arrived, Kobe was a different beast on the defensive side of the ball, often taking the opponent's best player. In the 2000 NBA Finals, he spent a lot of time guarding Allen Iverson. However, that didn't go well for him in Game 1, but from there, the Lakers won 4 straight games. For LeBron, during his Miami Heat days, he was truly one of the league's best defenders, as he could guard 1 through 5. However, that has been the only part of LeBron's game that has aged. If we look at the defensive numbers side by side, it becomes clear that Kobe was the better defensive player considering their positions. Rebounding: Kobe 7.5, LeBron 8.5. Sure, rebounding may not be as important as playmaking or scoring, but it's still a crucial part of the game. During their careers, LeBron averaged 7.4 rebounds, while Kobe averaged 5.5, nearly an extra 2 rebounds per game for James. For Kobe, these numbers at the guard position are still pretty good. However, if you compare them to another all-time great shooting guard in Michael Jordan, even he averaged more rebounds than Kobe. But when we look at the playoff numbers, there's some interesting changes. Kobe's actually drops to 5.3, while LeBron's skyrocket up to 9 a game. This leap from LeBron James is absolutely outstanding. And for Kobe, 5.5 rebounds per game over a 19-season career is still great numbers for a guard. However, they just don't compare to the rebounding numbers of LeBron James. Intangibles: Kobe 9, LeBron 9. Intangibles is probably the hardest category to rank, as there is no analytics for ranking intangibles. For Kobe and LeBron, they both have a very high ranking, as Bryant had that Mamba mentality, that killer instinct, and the ability to take over a game when his team needed it the most. When Kobe took over a game, it was something to behold, as he wouldn't just score the ball at a ridiculous rate, but he would install fear in his opponent for the next time they played. Just like Jordan, Kobe was feared around the league, as nobody wanted to have to guard him one-on-one. For LeBron, he has this similar trait, however he just doesn't display it as much, but it is definitely there. For both players, they have led their teams to multiple championships with their abilities to get into opponents' heads and make big shots. Clutch: Kobe 9.5, LeBron 8.5. A huge criticism of LeBron James is his clutch gene, as fans and media members alike seem to have forgotten just how clutch LeBron has been during his career. When there's a compilation of you sinking game-winning shots that is over 10 minutes long, you're clutch. For me, LeBron James doesn't rank a 10 out of 10 because of the 2011 NBA Finals, where he only averaged 17 points a game, and in Game 4 he only managed to put up 8 points, as his Miami Heat lost to the Dallas Mavericks Mavericks in 6 games. Another issue for James is he often trusts his teammates too much when it comes to making a shot with the game on the line, as he often kicks it out when he should be taking a mid-range jumper. However, LeBron has had several walk-off buzzer beaters in the postseason and countless amounts in the regular season, as I just won't stand for someone who says LeBron isn't clutch. For Kobe Bryant, he is one of the most clutch players in the history of the sport. The best example of Kobe's otherworldly clutch gene was when he hit 7 game winners in the 2010 regular season, propelling the Lakers from the 6th seed to the 1st seed in the Western Conference. Along with what we talked about in the intangibles, his Mamba mentality and killer instinct made him cool, calm, and collected when the games were on the line. The best clutch moment from the career of Kobe Bryant had to be his double game winner against the Phoenix Suns. Both Bryant and James were all-time great clutch players, but Kobe just edges out LeBron. Leadership: Kobe 7, LeBron 9. Now this isn't a shot at Kobe Bryant, it's just a compliment to LeBron James. The only reason I have LeBron at 9 and not at 10 is because of the 2011 NBA Finals. Apart from that catastrophe of a series, LeBron James has arguably been the greatest leader in NBA history, taking teams to the NBA Finals that without him wouldn't have even been in the playoffs, such as the 2007, 16, and 18 Cavs teams. In the 2007 NBA Finals in particular, he successfully brought one of the worst finals teams in NBA history, as his second best player was Ilgauskas, otherwise known as Big Z, who did make 2 All-Star teams, but he was never supposed to be a second option on a championship team. For Kobe, his leadership for the most part was also great, however, he wasn't a stranger to getting into beefs. Early in the 2000s, we all know about his beef with Shaquille O'Neal. If this Lakers team had stayed together, who knows how many championships they could have won, as the 1-2 punch of Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant was truly one of the most unguardable combinations in the league's history. For those reasons, I have LeBron James as a better leader over Kobe Bryant. Accolades: Kobe 8.5, LeBron 9.5. For me, if Bill Russell is a 9.5 and Michael Jordan is a 10, then it only feels right to score LeBron at a 9.5 and Kobe right behind him at an 8.5. If we look at the accolades for Kobe and Bron, there are some key differences, such as 5 rings compared to LeBron's 4, and more defensive team selections for Kobe. However, as mentioned before, LeBron is the all-time leading scorer in the NBA, one of the most valuable records to hold, along with more All-Star games, 4 MVPs, the Rookie of the Year, 4 Finals MVPs, and an assist title in 2020, and the list just goes on. Now, to come to Kobe's defense, we all know he should have won more than 1 MVP, but for me, accolades don't paint a full picture of how great a player was, but they do give you a rough idea. Competition: Kobe 9, LeBron 7.5. I believe that this is such an underrated part of the career of Kobe Bryant, as we can just look at the accolades and say LeBron had a better career, but if you take a deeper dive, there's a different picture being painted. Look at the teams that Kobe had to play to even get to the finals in the first place. The Spurs, the early 2000s Kings, the Suns, the Mavericks, the Melo Iverson Denver Nuggets, prime Kevin Garnett, the Young Thunder, Houston with T-Mac and Yao. But once Kobe made it to the finals, the opponent usually wasn't anywhere near as good as the teams that he had just played, such as the early 2000s Nets and the late 2000s Orlando Magic with Dwight Howard. For LeBron, his competition to get to the finals was the Big Three Celtics, the Pistons, the 2011 Bulls, and the Paul George-led Indiana Pacers. It's the opposite story for LeBron though, as once he made it to the finals, he had to play some of the best teams in NBA history, such as the Spurs, Thunder, the 73-9 Golden State Warriors, and the Kevin Durant-led Warriors. As the easiest matchup was the 2011 finals, which is a shame because that's the one he lost, as if he had won that, he would have been tied with Kobe for 5 titles. Value to a team: Kobe 8, LeBron 10. In my opinion, LeBron James is the most valuable player in the history of the game, as there's virtually nothing he can't do on the court, while he makes his teammates better with his elite passing and leadership. As for Kobe, his value is obviously immense, but it's just not on the same level as LeBron, especially in LeBron's prime years, shooting 40% from 3, while being unstoppable in the paint and making point guard passes to teammates in favorable positions. The on-off numbers tell the same story, as when on the court, LeBron's teams were a plus 13, but when LeBron headed to the bench, they were outscored by 2 points. In comparison, Kobe's teams were 11 points better with him on the floor and only outscored by 0.1 points when he was off. Not surprisingly, the assist numbers increased dramatically with Kobe off the floor, but when we look at the offensive rating, their on-off numbers are nearly identical, with both players having a 116 offensive rating when on, and Kobe's team's actually 1 point worse with a 103 offensive rating. Due to the variety of ways LeBron could generate offense, he's a more valuable addition to any team. The final results: Kobe 82, LeBron 88. Let us know any changes or differences you have with the ranking in the comments below.